Sarajevo, Yugoslavia to Los Angeles, California, the ABC Olympic tradition continues.
ABC Sports presents NCAA College Football. Today, we're in Kings Island, Ohio for the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl for the Division III National Championship between Union College and Augustana College. Union College is led by their quarterback, Dan Stewart, who has completed touchdown passes in 21 straight games. Among his favorite targets, tight end Frank Kraft, who has caught 7 touchdowns this year, a very difficult man to bring down. For Augustana, they have 2 men who have rushed over 1,000 yards this year, including tailback Greg Allison. It should be an outstanding matchup. It's a steel gray day here at Galbraith Stadium in Kings Island, Ohio, but the teams don't care about the weather. The Division III National Championship is on the line between the Dutchmen of Union College and the Vikings of Augustana. These two teams have battled long and hard all year to get here, and this is their moment of glory in Division III, where they don't give scholarships. And here come the Union College Dutchmen. 10 wins, a school record. Al Bagnoli's done an outstanding job with that team. This team has beaten Salisbury State and Hofstra in the 2 previous playoff games. Union College wearing white this afternoon. And Augustana, the Vikings, were here at the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl a year ago, losing to West Georgia 14-0. They're ready this year, 11-0. Bob Reed has done a tremendous job in his 5 years at Augustana. A very pleasant good afternoon to you. I'm Steve Grad, along with former quarterback Bob Lee. Welcome to our telecast. We're happy to have you with us here this afternoon. And Bob, today undoubtedly we have a matchup of strength against strength.
Very definitely, Steve. In Augustana, we have the #1 rushing team in the country, averaging 341 yards a game. They're #2 in scoring. On the other side of the field, Union College has given up just 67 yards a game, and then 2 weeks ago in a playoff game against Hofstra, they gave up but 31. They allowed minus 31 yards. Both coaches feel the biggest part of the ballgame will be the ability of Dan Stewart to audible out of any negative situations for Union College against the blitzing, changing multiple defenses of Augustana.
And we do have dry conditions right now. The field's a little bit soggy, but the teams aren't that concerned about it. The weather isn't their big factor on their minds. Winning this big game is. And we'll be back with the kickoff between Augustana and Union College right after this.
Fresh baby root, fresh Butterfinger baby root, and Butterfinger fresh guaranteed.
Chewy, nutty Baby Ruth. Crunchy, peanut buttery Butterfinger. Fresh and tasty, just for you. Guaranteed.
Baby Ruth and Butterfinger fresh guaranteed. Let's go.
How can you cut 30 to 40% off this month's energy bill with replacement windows and doors from Windows and More? It's a fact. Up to 40% of your home's energy consumption is lost because of poorly insulated doors and windows. Come to our 7-day-a-week window showroom featuring the largest selection of replacement windows and doors available anywhere. And get a computer cost analysis before you buy. It's Windows and More window showrooms,
where custom-made replacement windows start at only $189. North Park, Davenport.
This Christmas, pile the whole family into the car and head east on 92 to Weber's Christmas Forest. At Weber's, everyone gets into the act. Mom, Dad, Grandma and Grandpa, the kids, yes, even Rover. Roam 200 acres of beautiful pines. Select and cut the tree just perfect for your home. We'll clean, bale, and help you load it. Or choose from our excellent selection of fresh pre-cut trees. Make Christmas Forest a family tradition. One you'll laugh about today and cherish tomorrow. Weber's Christmas Forest, Route 92, north of Geneseo.
Ultra Bright gets you noticed. Ask Richie. For weeks he'd been working his heart out for Lynn, the exercise instructor. But to Lynn, Richie was nobody. Then Richie discovered Ultra Bright White. Dynamite fresh. It got him noticed. Next day, Lynn and Richie started training together. They've been in great shape ever since. Get in condition with Ultra Bright for a smile so white, breath so fresh, it gets you noticed.
Welcome back to the 11th annual Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl, this year from Kings Island, Ohio. Steve Grad and Bob Lee with you. Glad you're with us. Augustana will kick off. Dale Basher and Todd Walker are back to get Layton's kick. And falling down, here's Walker as he takes it on the 10, gets loose, has some running room on the inside. This man has one person to beat. And he's hauled down at the 45 in Augustana territory. Making the stop, number 30, Doug McCoy, the captain. Very excellent run back by Walker. Here's the Union offense. Dan Stewart, the quarterback. Bill Huntner, the halfback, the senior back there. George Capozzi, the fullback. Rick Kelleher will be at flanker position. And speedster Winston Britton will be the split end. 1st and 10 for Union College. They own the football on the 47-yard line of Augustana. Just underway in the Division III championship game. I formation, slot to the right. Fake draw. Sprint out. And it is hauled in. Number 80, Rich Kelleher, the flanker. Good for a first down. Stewart has completed 21 touchdown passes in 21 touchdown games, and he's protected by Frank Kraft and Tim Quirk in the interior line. Jeff Sears at a guard. Over the ball is Tim Devlin. Jerry Campanelli at right guard. Steve Cirillo, the right tackle. 21 games now have had touchdown passes by Stewart for Union. It is 1st and 10 from the 35. Frank Kraft falls out of bounds after another first down. Frank Kraft, who has 7 touchdown passes, coverage by Ben Pottish. Bob Lee, they look pretty sensible right now with those
Very
passes.
much so, and as we said at the top of the show, Stewart has to have the ability to adjust and audible out of the flexing defenses. There you get a look at the Augustana defense up front, and the defensive backs. McCoy with 20 career interceptions is the all-time career leader at Augustana.
Another 1st and 10 from the Augustana 20. Union coming out driving. On a delay, good handoff, Bill Huntner across the 20 to the 17 before linebacker Joe Wheeler, number 86 from Fox Lake, Illinois, makes the tackle.
And Al Bagnoli said it yesterday in our meeting, Steve, that he would come out throwing the ball. They were hoping that the field wouldn't get any soggier. We wouldn't have any expected rain showers. And so far, he's gotten his wish, and he did come out throwing the ball.
Oddly enough, in their loss to Middlebury, Connecticut, it was a bad day, but Augustana had a great day, Union had a great day passing. 2nd and 5. This is Huntner squirming his way to about the 15-yard line.
Bill Huntner again, the ball carrier.
Ben Pottish from Decatur makes the tackle.
Tackled on the play by Ben Pottish.
As Bob Reed said to us also, that one of the most exciting things about these playoffs are you really don't have any comparables. Neither team has played each other. Neither team has played a team that the other team played during the course of the year, so they really never know what to expect once a ball game starts. And I think Augustana was caught a little bit by surprise on this first drive after getting unsettled on that long kickoff return.
After 2 quick first downs and 2 plays, they're now facing a 3rd and 3.
Heads up!
Huntner, his 3rd straight carry, and he's stacked up.
He's going to be real close, Steve. We'll see what kind of a mark he gets.
Pete Cassip, the linebacker, the captain of that defense, made the tackle.
Jim Knight is signaling it'll be 4th and short, and Sticka will come in to try the field goal.
The officials today are from the Atlantic Coast Conference. Jim Knight, the referee, in the white cap.
Greg set a Union College record this year, Steve, hitting on 9 of 12 attempts. This is well within his range from 30 yards out.
Joe Vito will hold. This is in his range, a 30-yarder. The kick is up, and it's a 3-0 lead for Union. So after a good kickoff return inside Augustana territory, a couple of quick first downs, their drive's called, but Greg Sticka was able to put Union up 3-0. We have 12-11 to go in the first quarter of play. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back after this.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom known as Black Hawk Dotson. It was a paradise full of assorted colors, tropic tan, orange mist, thunder black. It was a paradise of convenience. King cabs with rear jump seats, dazzling spoke wheels, and gloss black light bars. Paradise is the new Black Hawk Dotson with 25 four-wheel drive trucks at big discounts up to $2,000. See Sunday's paper for details. Hurry to Black Hawk Dotson before the trucks are once upon a time.
I'm about to show you how you can fight drafts and frosty windows with this window insulator kit from 3M. You just stick it in place from the inside, heat it with a hairdryer, and the wrinkles disappear. Airtight and clear as glass. Now you can see how cold it is out there without feeling it in here. Look for the 3M window insulator kit in the tartan plaid package. There's just one rule for doing it yourself. Don't do it yourself without 3M.
Saturday, American Olympic hopefuls are hungry for world titles. And imagine hurling yourself off a mountain higher than a 35-story building, plus wild surfing action on ABC's Wide World of Sports, Saturday.
Number 94.
Augustana's receiving team now after Union takes a 3-0 lead. Back deep are Velasquez and Allison.
Number 29, Dale Bosser.
Sherman Parrott, who does the kicking off for Union, runs up to the ball. Left foots it. Allison also fumbles. Took it at the 20 and bangs his way to the 29-yard line. Joe Bogan, who's the top suicide man down there for the tackle. Quarterback Jay Penny. Greg Allison, who just took the kickoff, will be at one running back spot. Ron Nelson will start at fullback. George Velasquez, the wingback. And Nick Cassip is the wide receiver. 3-0 Union. Augustana in the dark uniforms with the football. Wing T formation. It's Velasquez in motion. First man through, Ron Nelson. Stacked up, Pat Wright from his linebacking spot. Norm Singbush is the tight end. Kurt Capizzi, the left tackle. Tim Holstrom, the guard in this interior line for Augustana. Greg King over the ball at center. Dave Limbus, the right guard. And the right tackle, Steve Sanders. 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard pickup. Allison bangs his way across the 35, short of the first down. Linebacker Tim Howell makes the tackle. As you look at the defense, Bob Lee, we noticed that the linebackers do a lot of the tackling for Union.
Very definitely, and they're in a stand-up position on the outside, the defensive ends also, so they're really in a 3-man front, not a 5-man front as they're described. And the big test for Union will be whether or not Tony Valenti, the fine middle guard, can tie up 2 offensive blockers on the Augustana line. If he can do that, it will change the blocking assignments for Augustana. They have decided weight advantage.
Coming through is the second man, the wingback, Velasquez, but he coughs it up. It's still loose, but the play has been blown dead. The officials get knocked down, and Union College comes up with it. Bob Bertagna, a cornerback from Meridian, Connecticut.
Well, you see 2 big errors by the favored team, Augustana, right away. One on the kickoff return, and now a fumble after a nice game by Velasquez.
So Union, for the second time this afternoon, will have the ball inside Augustana territory to start with. Union is a big play team offensively. They don't have long sustained drives. Stewart is perfect from the air so far today.
Oh, he's got him right down the middle.
Oh, there's Kraft, who's already got 7 touchdowns, trying for his 8th.
It's number 8.
He's got it. He beat Ben Podest. A very good free safety. And Stewart, 3 for 3 in passing, has put his team up 9-0. 45 yards.
We're going to see Stewart come out again and run a play-action pass and come back as the flow of the defensive backfield went to the strong side, to the slot. Stick is in to try the extra point with Joe Vito holding.
And this Union team that ran up over 50 points against Hofstra is at it again. Starting early, as Sticker will try the PAT. He's already hit his field goal. Vito the holder. 10-0, Union. This take another look at the touchdown, Bob.
All right, you're going to see Dan Stewart come out with play action, moving slightly to his right, comes right back, hits Kraft in the seam of the zone. It was left uncovered, obviously, in a defensive mental error by the backfield. Pottas almost makes the tackle at the 3.
So it is 10-0, Union leading Augustana, and we'll return to Galbraith Stadium in Kings Island right after this.
Something you choose for yourself. Something you choose for someone else. Holland Jewelers. You can't make a mistake if it comes from Holland Jewelers, because the name Holland is really all you need to know. Holland Jewelers. All you need to know.
In our world of endless imagination, anything can happen. And those of you who wear Levi's jeans know what I'm talking about. Because anywhere our minds can go, we can follow too. Go ahead, chase a dream. In Levi's jeans.
Now, just $13.99 at Byerly's in Moline. Open every day through Christmas.
Today on NCAA football, number 3 ranked Sugar Bowl bound Auburn battles traditional rival Alabama. A victory for the explosive Tigers will give them the undisputed SEC title. Auburn, Alabama, today.
Union 10, Augustana nothing. And I'll tell you something, on that last pass covering 69 yards, Stewart just set the single-season college record in yardage. The kickoff is short. It's taken at the 20-yard line by Allison, and this time to the 30, and he grips that ball as Bob Bertagna gets him. That was Velasquez who...
You might have noticed he covered the ball with both hands that time, too. I want to make sure he didn't have a turnover.
Took 7 seconds for them to get on the board after a fumble recovery.
First down, Augustana.
69 yards in passing.
Steve, we might note also something for the spectators at home to watch, that each of these teams uses a different ball with a different feel to it. And Augustana uses a Rawlings ball, and Union more of a passing ball, a Wilson ball.
Augustana, a ball control team, right up the middle. They've had success, but they're stacked up. Pat Wright led the attack.
Ron Nelson, the ball carrier.
On Ron Nelson, the fullback, the junior from Anawan, Illinois.
And a real nice hit by Tim Howell also, Steve. Real good gang tackling so far by Union.
They're around the ball. They have good quickness and speed and a good nose for the ball on the Union defense. There's Penny Stats. Pitch out. Tries to turn the corner. And Craig Allison is bumped out by Bill Noack and Bob Bertagna.
Run out of bounds on the play by Bob Bertagna.
Augustana does a lot of different things, a lot of wishbone and toss and option plays off the wing tee. Here you see Allison getting a toss, trying to go to the wide side of the field, and as you mentioned earlier, Steve, that outstanding speed on the Union defense really cut off all the angles. 3rd and 5 yards to go for the first.
Augustana sends in the plays by alternating fullbacks, Nelson and Barnes. Out to the left side, he's short. Nelson was the first man through and took the fake.
Velasquez was the second man through on the option.
Tim Howell knocked him down. They've got a punt, but you know, I'm glad to see, and I knew that they would do this, that Augustana is not panicking to being down 10-0. They're not going to air it out, which they don't do as well as run.
Right. When you're the number 1 rushing team in the country, you've got to do what you have done best to get this far. And this early in the ballgame, may be very foolish to go to a passing attack.
John Layton is going to punt, 33.9 average. Alex Rita is back to receive.
For the Dutchman, Alex Rita.
Bounces it into him. Layton still gets off a good one. Good hang time and a fair catch at the 35-yard line of Union by Alex Rita. There's timeout on the field after a 28-yard punt. With 9:22 to go in the first quarter, it is 10-0, Union leading Augustana. And we'll be back with more action from the Alonzo Stagg Bowl right after this.
'Twas a short time to Christmas, and all through the town, the Lee elves were scurrying, stocking shelves up and down. Nogs and ales and bitters and schnapps, Lee's has the answer to all Christmas stops. Merry Christmas, Quad Cities, from the gals, from the guys. For the choosy gift picker, it's a trip to Lee's Liquors.
Holiday giving, holiday decorating, and holiday dress-up. South Park Mall has everything for every family. A real holiday treat. The original caramel corn and gourmet corns made fresh daily and packed in caramel corn canisters. A pleasing gift for anyone. Shipping cartons available. Order today.
Drop your color film off at 60-minute photo. Pick up your finished prints in only 60 minutes. Your film never leaves the store, so it can't be lost. 60-minute photo, quick, convenient.
60-minute photo in North Park and South Park malls and in a mall near you.
South Park Mall.
Steve Grant and Bob Lee with you here from Kings Island, Ohio. The Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl for the Division III championship, and Union with the ball leads 10-0, first quarter. Johnson in motion. Up the middle they go. Good running room for Steve Olson. Another first down. Kurt Thompson and Ben Potter's get him. We saw that Union could move the ball up the middle also, Bob.
Very definitely with the quick traps. Capozzi, the other fullback, alternates with Olson, is averaging 7 yards a carry this year on quick traps. Union will alternate John Johnson and Steve Olson in the backfield, along with Bill Huntner and George Capozzi as a tandem every other series.
13-yard pickup on that one to the air. Stewart can throw on the sprint out, and it's complete again. He's 4 for 4. Winston Britton.
Stewart's doing an exceptional job. He was described to us as a good play-action quarterback with quick feet, not great speed, but quick feet and real good football intelligence. You're going to see the quick foot action right here. Gets out of the tackle, slides around, waits to the last second, does a nice job of getting the ball to Winston.
And a good block, too, by Steve Olson, hooking the man to the outside, enabling Stewart to get through. That was a 16-yard completion. He now has 85. First and 10. And there's a delay, but it does pick up some yardage for them. John Johnson, tackled by Joe Wheeler.
Appears that Union's going to throw the ball off play action as much as possible and just slip a run in now and again just as Augustana gets ready to unload and try to come with the big rush, and it's been very effective so far. We might also mention that Stewart's touchdown pass to Kraft was his 19th of the season, and it makes 22 games in a row where he's thrown touchdown passes. Impressive at any level.
Yes, and look at this man's record, 18-2 in the 2 years as head coach at Union. Play action pass, slips a little bit, and Kraft makes a one-handed catch. Mark Long covering on the play. He lost his footing a little bit.
It was real good pressure by Bob Clark, number 71 for Augustana also. You see, Stewart does slip. His right foot, his plant foot slides away from him. Kraft almost makes an exceptional play. And he was open again, Steve.
Boy, they are sure getting through those seams. Augustana, though, they're not to be taken lightly, even though they're down 10-0. They're 31-2 over the last 3 years. 10-0 isn't going to phase them. Big rush, big pressure. Stewart in trouble. He eats it.
Oh, we've got a personal foul, though, piling on, Steve.
Wheeler was the first guy to get him, and I think they were so anxious.
Pete Kaseup got a shot in on Stewart right as he went down, and referee Knight makes the call. And you're going to real good blitz action. You can only pick up one of the three. Wheeler gets in, makes the play. Kaseup comes in late and puts his helmet and shoulder in, and it's definitely a foul. And a big break for Union.
So they're going to walk it off. Kasup's the captain. He's one of the more aggressive players.
Leading tackler on the team, two-time all-conference player.
Red ball foul, personal foul, late hit, defense, fourth down.
You heard James Knight, and there's the rest of his crew working with him today, ACC officials, for this Division III championship game. They predicted a little bit of rain this afternoon. Happily, it has not come down. It's very humid. But the kids are fired up, and that's what it's all about, especially in Division III. No scholarships. They play for the fun of it.
College football is always meant to be played, Stephen.
4th and 3. Stewart can run it for the first down.
He's got a man wide open.
And he gets down to the 25-yard line before Mark Long gets him. I think maybe he was more concerned about that
He wanted the first down, yes. Rich Kelleher was wide open on the left flat here, but Stewart did the smart thing. He had the first down. Why take a chance? His team's ahead 10-0. If he throws on a wet field and Kelleher slips before the ball gets there, then he made the wrong decision. But he's an excellent, heady football player.
Al Bagnoli pleased with the way things are going right now. His team up 10-0. 7:17 to go first quarter. Sprint out to the right. Good blocking. Stewart throws on the run. Again, Winston Britton all alone. And gets banged out of bounds after another first down. Doug McCoy covering. Winston Britton is their big game breaker.
They've run this play 3 times now, all with success, and just have Kelleher clear out the area. Winston just runs down, hooks up right at the sidelines, doesn't really run an out pattern. He kind of turns to the inside on the outside of the field. And McCoy's been confused 3 times now in that coverage.
Again, I'm very impressed with the backfield blocking by John Johnson on that play. Also Steve Olson. We'll get the interior line in a minute. There is Johnson. Scampers through inside the 5 or the 2-yard line. Mark Long hit him, along with Ben Connors. And Union is just moving that ball up the field.
Very surprising that they would move the ball as well as they have on offense. We expected them to throw the ball, but not to have this much success. Now you're going to see Olson come out. Nice kick-out block. Johnson does a nice job of jumping over and getting his own yards, the own last 5 yards.
Olson, 12 yards, 2 carries.
I'm going to have a measurement here. It appears it's slightly short the way Knight is marking the ball, which actually is to Union's advantage to have a second and an inch and a half or 2 here.
Second down and inches for Union College.
Now you hear it, second and inches. You folks watching back home, I want to tell you that there are a lot of brave souls here from the Quad Cities in Illinois, Moline, Rock Island, and of course, Schenectady and Albany and Troy in the east. They're here supporting their teams in this Division III championship game. They're bundled up in blankets, you name it. Second and inches. They can make a first down and don't have to make the touchdown. A rollout to the left. Flag goes down. Ball is incomplete. Intended receiver was Olson.
Interesting call there, Steve, to run the play action pass when you've got second and just an inch or 2. Sometimes we've got an offensive holding against Union.
First mistake by the Dutchman this afternoon.
And really a big one, because a chance to go up 17-0. Now it's going to be second and very long. Now Stewart is rolling out to the strong side. He had both backs to the strong side of the field. It's tough to see. The flag is going to go down in the corner of our screen right there, and we really don't see anybody in a white shirt around it. I don't know if it's really a holding call or so much of offensive interference, maybe.
Well, Pat Fortune, number 87 on defense, was after a man, and it looked on that replay like somebody had just grabbed his leg in a white shirt.
These guys have been watching too much pro football.
Second and 10 from the 14 now. A draw play. Good running by Johnson. McCoy got him. He seemed to cut back.
But he got a good mark from the official, too. It's going to be inside the 10-yard line. Good call. Union's expecting the blitz. Run a solid off-tackle play with a guard pulling. Nice block up front by number 63, Campanelli. Good tackle by Long.
Good balanced running attack for Union, too, as you saw Johnson with 17.
Got third and a short 6 now, and Stewart's going to take a timeout. Fran Meager, the offensive coordinator for Union, uses hand signals to send in the plays, whereas Augustana alternates their fullbacks. I think Stewart wasn't sure of the hand signal, and it's a key situation here with a third and a chance to go up by 17. You don't want to make a mistake.
Well, Union College, in their playoff games so far, they clobbered Hofstra 51-19, beat Salisbury State in a close one 23-21.
And in both those games, Steve, they faced teams with wing T offenses. Now, Augustana doesn't run a true wing T as it is known. They run a lot of wishbone, a lot of option plays, do some varied things off of it. But it gave the Union people had confidence that they could match up against the wing T running attack of Augustana. Of course, Augustana hasn't had the ball too much so far, so it's hard to say how it'll go as the course of the game runs on. But so far, they have been successful, and having that confidence factor and having such a young team that's been so successful, they're 22-1 as starters, this group that's here together today.
Look at those scores by quarters, especially in the first half. It tightens up in the fourth quarter generally because they don't pile up the score.
Exactly. Talked to both coaches about that, and neither was interested in running up the score on men they coach against year in and year out.
It is 10-0. Union leads 6:02 first quarter. Third down and 6. Play action pass. Kraft nearly intercepted. It was underthrown. Number 36, Kurt Thompson, almost picked it off as he was diving. Will have to come in and try a field goal.
One of the things to watch for on Stickney is he's a soccer-style kicker. This is a slippery field. In the pregame warm-ups, he was sliding around, did hit one long field goal even though he fell doon. I did notice him slip on his first field goal attempt, but it's got to be some concern to him.
This is a 26-yarder with an angle to the left. He's 1 for 1 today.
He hooked it, Steve.
He hooked it too wide to the left side, so Union comes up empty after marching it right down the field. And now Augustana's fired up. With the score 10-0, Union leading Augustana. We'll return to Galbraith Stadium in Kings Island for more after this.
Now your money can earn more than ever before. New deregulated certificate of deposit rates allows your money to work as hard for you as you do for it. The Rock Island Bank will pay you 11%. That's an effective yield of 11.3% on a 42-month CD. Short or long term, make sure your money earns more at the Rock Island Bank, where your deposits are insured safe by the FDIC. Call 794-0900 anytime and check the higher interest rates before you buy your next CD.
This woman needs extra protection.
I don't think I could get extra protection in a thin pad.
New Sure Natural Super has got that extra protection.
This would be terrific if this would work for me.
Extra protection can be thin because we added extra super fibers to our protection system.
Sure Natural Super gives me the extra protection that I need, and it definitely gave me comfort. I have a thin pad that gives me extra protection, which is something I thought I would never find.
New Sure Natural Super. So much extra protection, you'll never go back to thick.
They may be looking back on that second and inches call from the 3-yard line for a long time, Bob.
I think so. I hope they don't look back on it as the big play of the ballgame.
So Augustana, unsuccessful in 2 previous attempts to move the ball, starts again. Second man through Allison. He gets about 6 yards. He's stacked up by Bob Bertagna and Tim Howell.
Allison, the ball carrier. Tackled on the play.
This guy's one of the most hard-nosed players, a great inside runner. 3-year letterman from Rock Island High School. 14 touchdowns. 2nd and 3. First man through is the fullback, Nelson. Make that Barnes and Nelson alternate the plays.
You might notice that Nelson has a cast on his left hand, and both the Augustana fullbacks broke their left hands this year. Nelson still has the cast, while Barnes is now out of his.
Since 1976, this Augustana team has been to the playoffs 4 times, and last year they were at the championship game at Phoenix City. They were shut out by West Georgia 14-0. Velasquez tries for the first down, and they may have stopped him short.
He lost the ball there again, too, I think, Steve.
Marcus made the stop.
I'm sorry, he did have the first down on the last play, but he barely got by the line of scrimmage.
And they whistled the ball dead. Velasquez appears to be having some problems holding on to the football.
A lot of times on artificial turf, like Union plays on, there will be what they call turf fumbles. Right. And the official will call the play dead right away because it can squirm out on the turf. This is natural grass. 2nd and 9. Barnes pushes his way through.
Division making the stop. Union appears to be very well schooled on what Augustana is trying to do. Impressed with their overall team pursuit and their angles of getting to the runners.
They're constantly near the ball. On 3rd down conversions so far today, Augustana 0 for 2. As you know, they don't go to the air that often. They've got Singbush, the tight end, split way to the left. Nick Cassip way to the right.
You got too much time, Steve.
And I bet it was a passing play because it took a long time to set up.
And they were late getting the play in. And the other thing our people at home might like to watch is when they run the wing T, the way Augustana does it, Velasquez really is in a stand-up position where he can go in motion as he did on that last pass play. So they can run their option attack or the wishbone option out of the wing T alignment. So it's not really, when we talk about a true wing T, Augustana does have variation to theirs.
Encroachment, offense, 3rd down.
Well, now they called it encroachment instead of too much time, Steve.
Well, they called it immediately. It almost was 30 seconds, however. And they line up again with 2 split receivers. Velasquez now is out to the left. Cassip to the right. Hand off in the backfield. Allison turns the corner, but is upturned. Making the stop, 88, Mark Tavisha, the 2-year Letterman junior.
Mark Tavisha made the stop for Union College.
You're going to see it's a sprint draw action. Penny starts to a sprint out action off the pass, gives the ball to Allison. A real nice tackle in the open field by Tavisha.
In punt formation for the Vikings.
3 minutes to go, first quarter. Augustana trails 10-0. Alex Rita, the deep man, for Layton's punt.
Excellent punt.
Another fair catch. He better hold it, and he does, inside his own 30-yard line. So 2 good punts by Layton. This one goes 37 yards. And this is about as deep as Union College will start with a football on any series today, Bob. They've had good field position.
Well, they started that first drive at the Augustana 47, the second drive inside the 45. It'd be interesting to see if they alter their offensive theory being inside their own 30. Here we are. They'll start out ahead 10-0 with 2:43 to go in the first quarter.
High formation, slot to the left. Sprint out. He gets it off before the big rush puts him under. Stewart was really rushed. Pete Cassip, the linebacker, put on the charge, put on the pressure. Second and 10.
Augustana's been effective with that blitz every time they've come so far, Steve, and Union is going to have to make some blocking adjustments or get the ball off just a split second quicker. They're going to be in trouble.
So far, they've avoided all that pressure because Stewart's such a good sprint-out passer. Britton got past his man, but the ball was deflected out of bounds. Doug McCoy, captain of the secondary, covering.
I think we had a little confusion there. Britton ran an out and up pattern, and Stewart threw the out.
Though Union has moved the ball up and down the field earlier today, they're 0 for 3 in conversions on 3rd down.
They seem to be a little unsettled right now, not as sure of themselves as they were earlier.
Maybe because they came up empty on that last drive.
He's going to let it go.
He's going for everything. Kelleher, help out. Kelleher had it off the fingertips, and now they're going to have to punt. So I'll tell you, Stewart has missed on his last 4 passes.
although that one was right on the money and would have been a big play. Good call by Meager.
Mark McKelvey will do the punting. First time he's had to punt today. Velasquez and Allison are back deep. Big bounce, big bounce. Now they have to let it roll, and it's down at the 35-yard line. A 37-yard punt from McKelvey. After Union started out like a house of fire, things have settled down here in the last couple of minutes with 2:19 to go in the first quarter. In this Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl at Kings Island, Ohio, Galbraith Stadium. Steve Brad and Bob Lee with you. Glad you're with us on this early December Saturday afternoon.
Steve, it appears the wind has picked up a little bit and should be a factor and will be blowing right now from the right to the left of on the screen.
Velasquez hangs onto the ball, flies, maybe gets a yard.
George Velasquez, the ball carrier.
Tim Howell stopped him. I want to mention the defensive players.
Tim Howell made the tackle.
For Union, Mark Division, Tom Plunges, Anthony Valente, Bob Coons, Brian Cox, Pat Wright, Tim Howell, and their secondary, Bob Bertagna, Bill Noack, Len Huntner, and Alex Rita. They've done a good job this afternoon with that powerful rushing attack of Augustana's.
When you stop to think that both Allison and Velasquez had over 1,000 yards rushing this year, it's amazing so far.
2nd and 8. Play action. Penny can't find a receiver. Gets to the line. A flag down. Might be a hold as Marty Glaze comes up from a linebacking spot and tackles him. Did you see anybody open at all?
Yes, Allison slipped open on the scramble. Penny just didn't have a chance to get the ball back in his throwing hand, get the ball down to him. We do have an injured player on the field. Seems to be leaving under his own power right now.
Illegal use of hands, offense.
That's Barnes coming off the field. He's all right. He alternates anyway with Ron Nelson. Union might decline it. Al Bagnoli, their head coach, is signaling forget it, decline the penalty. They're still discussing it. James Knight, the referee. Augustana's offensive team waiting right there. This Augustana team this year has outscored their opponents. The penalty is declined. This year, Augustana's outscored their opponents 356 to 144. And a lot of those points by the opponents came near the end of the game.
Very definitely give up just 13 points a ball game. There you see the penalty action already in the ball game.
That one for Union, though, was very costly because on 2nd and inches from the 3, it took them
out of immediate touchdown range and eventually missed the field goal by Sticka.
3rd and 8. Out, flings one.
Nice catch.
George Velasquez inside Union territory to the 44-yard line. Bill Noack covering, so they can air it out a little bit. He flings it down.
Very definitely, and Union wanted Augustana to be in a passing situation. Velasquez came in motion all the way from the far side of the field. Looked like the ball was beyond him. Outstanding effort by George, and a very, very big play for Augustana at this point.
That's his... Coming into the game, that was his total. He has now 7 receptions. Big Barnes runs his way down to the 40 before Noack gets him. Bob, 6 feet, 185-pound senior.
Barnes looked like he was having a little trouble holding on to that ball, of course, with that cast over his thumb and wrist. I'm sure it's not the easiest assignment in the world.
His brother Jim used to be a captain on this Augustana team several years back. First quarter clock ticking down to 15 seconds. Another play action. Penny had some time. Looked for a receiver, still scrambling. Safety valve pass to Casa, big yardage. Out of bounds at the 25 of Union. Bob Bertagna knocks him out as the first quarter ends. Augustana's offense comes alive, not with the run, but through the air.
We noticed on the films that Jay Penny had excellent feet himself. While he hasn't thrown the ball that only 80-odd times this year, he does a good job of moving around, finds Cassup, and it's a real big play on a broken play.
So that ends the first quarter of play in the Division III championship. Union leads Augustana 10-0. We'll be right back.
North Park Mall is ready to make your spirits bright with the largest selection of holiday merchandise. And what could make the holidays better than video games and movies from Video Island? Video Island, this area's largest selection of games and movies, just waiting for you to take them home. But if it's gold, silver, rare coins, and lovely jewelry, both new and antique and estate pieces, visit the coin shop. Right now, every ring is marked 1/2 off. Buying or selling, visit the coin shop.
More to life, North Park Mall.
Hey, smell that fresh buttered popcorn.
Gee, Eddie, nothing can penetrate the stuffy nose.
This can?
Hall's mentholyptus?
Yeah, with vapor action. Hall's vapor action penetrates deep into clogged nasal passages to help your stuffy nose feel clearer, while Hall soothes your throat to help your cough.
Wow, that's great.
The popcorn?
No, the Halls.
For penetrating relief, get Hall's vapor action. And try sugar-free Halls, too.
Monday nights are special at Kimberly Smorgasbord in East Moline because Monday night is Call a Friend night. Kimberly Smorgasbord is the answer to your family mealtime question, offering a comfortable dining room where all of you can unwind. The food? Well, it's home, simple, superbly prepared, always hot and hearty. And what lunch or dinner is complete without dessert? Kimberly Smorgasbord offers a complete dessert line. Family members of all ages enjoy Kimberly Smorgasbord with all you care to eat. 1331 42nd Avenue East Moline. Call a Friend Monday nights at Kimberly Smorgasbord. Are you tired of waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to get your oil changed? Seems those super quick oil change places just aren't all they're cracked up to be. But there's Rapid Lube and Oil in Bettendorf, where in 15 short minutes you'll receive an oil change with up to 5 quarts of Valvoline or Pennzoil. Valvoline oil filter, chassis lube. They'll check your rear end, brake fluid, power steering fluid, transmission fluid, air filter, breather element, and antifreeze. Just 15 minutes and $16.95. Rapid Lube and Oil, 18th and State Streets, Bettendorf.
And this game is being played right next door to the College Football Hall of Fame here at Kings Island, Ohio, about 30 miles north of Cincinnati. A lot of greats are in that building, and some great young teams. Division III are on the field here at Galbraith. Bill Noack stops Allison. Lots of interesting first quarter stats.
Well, it's starting to even out, though. Union had the big advantage in passing with 97 yards there, and Allison appears to have a shoulder injury. Going to see him on the lead drive action. Come up. Big hit by Noack right here. Follow up. And he jammed that left shoulder when he hit the turf. That would be a big blow for Augustana if he can't return.
Number 5, Shane McCormick, comes into the game to replace him on 2nd and 7. Augustana driving. Big plays have been on the pass. Pitch out. Velasquez is lucky to get where he is, to hold on to the ball. Brian Cox stopped him.
Cox with excellent sprinter's type speed.
3rd down and 7 for Augustana.
Cox has a lot of savvy, very consistent player. He's got good football sense, 59 tackles this year.
And has 15 sacks to set the all-time school record.
3rd and 10.
Allison is back in the ballgame. We'll see what effect that sore shoulder does have on him.
Augustana has the wind to the back now. It's an option. And Allison trying to fire. He does cross field, and it's a dangerous pass, but it's caught.
Singbush.
The tight end, Norm Singbush, at the 15-yard line, stopped by Bill Noack. That's about as dangerous as you can get as your running back decides to throw cross field with the wind behind him and one man in a zone with 3 people around him.
I'll tell you what, though, Norm Singbush has made big catches all year long for Augustana. A couple late in the ball games the last 3 weeks for winning touchdowns. So it's not unusual. The people from Viking land are used to him coming up with this type of catch. He does a great job of running right here to gets hit and twists and gets the first down.
They say excellent hands. You saw it right there. Catches in the crowd. You saw it right there. 3rd man through. Velasquez. And he gets some yardage as he stacked up in the middle.
George Ballas close the ball carrier.
Now a more thorough look at the first quarter statistics.
By Anthony Valenti.
See the first downs. Union College 5-4. The yards passing, the big difference so far, 97-34. But most of those yards passing were in the first 3.5 minutes of the ball game.
And the turnover led to the touchdown. 2nd and 8. The ball is on the 13 of Union. Allison is back in the game, gets the carry, goes up the middle. Down plunges, makes the stop. This is typical Augustana football now, grinding it right at you.
Very definitely. Bob Reed doing a good job now mixing it up. That was a little, almost a counteraction off the option. Taking a long time to get this play in now. Barnes coming in with the play.
When Union came up empty on that last drive, they didn't seem to have the same fire. It's a keeper, man open, touchdown Augustana, number 88, Nick Casa. His first touchdown catch of the year. It's through the air on this drive in 3 passes that has enabled Augustana to get some points.
You're going to see, as Bob Reed mentioned yesterday, Penny much more effective off the play action because they run the ball so much. And Cassip makes an excellent catch. Ball's a little behind him, but excellent play action to get him that open.
That was his 10th touchdown pass of the year. Joe McKay, the extra point. Joe McKay now made his 34th out of 40 attempts for the PAT. This game is tightened up. 10-7, Union with a 3-point lead. There's a break in the action at Galbraith Stadium, and we'll be back right after this.
Surprise her with the precious gift of diamonds from Samuel's Jewelers. There's no better time than now to say, I love you. And nothing says it more eloquently than diamonds. Sparkling, shimmering, dazzling diamonds from the exquisite collection at Samuel's Jewelers. Brilliant, romantic designs destined to make any occasion remembered for a lifetime. Samuel's Jewelers. We create happy surprises.
Come to the Book Emporium this Christmas and let us help you with that perfect gift for the computer enthusiast on your list. Only the Book Emporium offers the most complete selection of computer books and magazines for the businessman, for the student, for the home computer user, books for computer fun and games, books for both beginners and professionals. When you need an answer for Christmas, just ask us at the Book Emporium, the store with the perfect answer for every occasion.
Here we have another replay of Penny's touchdown pass off the play action. Rolls out, gets a nice block. You can see Nick Cassip gets behind Bertagnia on the play action. Nice catch.
Here's the kickoff. Walker again drops it. Last time he did, he had a big gain. Stumbles, goes backwards, in trouble. Good coverage by the Vikings.
Start out at about the 12-yard line, Steve. 13-yard line.
Don Anspaugh with the group down there. Joe Whaler also in on the kickoff return.
How many times in how many ball games do we see that where one team gets some momentum, kicks off to the other team has a poor kickoff return, somebody fumbles the ball, and the team that has lost the momentum ends up very late. Here you see a look at the scoring drive, 11 plays, 65 yards, taking 5 minutes and 24 seconds to score. The big play, the touchdown to Cassip.
Typical in the length of time and the number of plays, atypical for Augustana in the number of passes. Good quick opener. Good running. Number 28, George Capozzi, comes out of nowhere and gets up to the 37-yard line before Kurt Thompson stops him. And they've had good success up the middle today against Augustana.
All those quick openers and quick traps that we saw in the films yesterday are still working. Capozzi averaged 7.7 yards a carry this year anyway. It wasn't unusual for him to bust 1 or 2 long runs a game. Here's the replay. You're going to see the quick trap action. Nice job of keeping his balance, keeping his feet. Capozzi does have good speed.
1st and 10 for Union. They lead 10-7. 11:20 to go in the first half. Another good room for Bill Huntner. Cuts to the outside. It's a foot race. And let's call it a draw with Doug McCoy. He did get some yardage, but McCoy stopped him from getting the first down. Huntner's only 5'6", 160 pounds, dripping wet. He'll be wet this afternoon, but he's strong and durable. He's coached to keep his head down, keep his balance, go under the tackle.
And in 4 years, he's never missed a football game, even though he's just 5'6".
Britton splits way out to the right for Union. They have a 2nd and 2. Pitch out. Augustana meets him right there. Huntner. Though it's late in the year, there is other football being played today. And Florida leads Florida State 7-0 in the first quarter.
Augustana just made their first substitution of a nickelback. Their 5th defensive back, Scott Reed, a 5'10", 165-pound senior, number 41, is into the ballgame, so they're looking for Union to throw now. They haven't made this adjustment before.
Reed is a versatile back, plays all 4 defensive back positions. From the eye, fake draw, play action over the middle. Huntner is loose. First down, and gets bombed out at the 43-yard line by Mark Long. Good screen pass on the fake draw.
Nice job by Stewart, looking downfield, then coming back and hitting Huntner, slipping across out of the backfield. It's a nice drive by Union here, Steve. They seem to have become more composed now. They were in real jam there on the 13-yard line.
Well, Capozzi's big 23-yard run opened it up. There's Stewart's, who had a little bit of a dry spell, but is now coming back on this drive. His team up by 3. Straight handoff, no problem. Capozzi fights his way down to the 32-yard line.
Excellent running.
McCoy stops him.
You see Capozzi again, no trap action this time, just man blocking, does a nice job of picking his feet up, slipping out of 2 tackles, and now he's going to drag people for 2 tackles for 5 more yards.
He's their biggest back, 6 feet, 210, a junior.
A lot of young kids on this Union team. They're going to be heard from again next year.
Huntner is stopped.
Carries the ball.
Reed in there. John Bradford also making the tackle, number 94.
By John Bradford.
Bradford, one of the bigger players on the defense, 6'4", 250 junior. He was a starter back in 1980 and plays a good deal of the time on defense now for Augustana. Second and 11 after that loss. Now they've got 2 wide receivers to the left side. Big pressure. Oh, I'm waiting for a flag to see if there's grounding. They might call it a fumble. They call it incomplete. I did not see any receivers there. As 39, Mark Long from the secondary made the big pressure.
He's going to, after discussion, Knight is going to go ahead and call intentional grounding. Huntner was the closest man in the area, and he was still about 10 yards away. That will be loss of the down also.
I didn't see a flag right away, but it looked like grounding to everybody.
Knight did a good job on that decision. From his vantage point, he couldn't see if it was a fumble or not, so he wanted the interpretation of the head linesman. The linesman did say that it was a forward pass, so then he made the call on the foul. Good job by Jim Knight.
Let's listen to it.
No one was in position to catch it. It's intentional grounding, loss of down.
Third and 24.
It's a great example of an official keeping his head, keeping the game under control, and making the right decision by not making a hasty decision.
Penalties about even this afternoon. They make it 3rd and 25 now. 8:41 to go. First half. A lot of time for Stewart. Wants it all. Wants it all. Intercepted. It was intended for Kelleher. Flag goes down. Might have been a face mask as it's picked off by Kurt Thompson, the senior from Erie, Illinois. And I think when Kelleher stopped him, he had that face mask.
Well, he went to the face mask afterwards. I think they're looking to see if it was offensive or defensive pass interference at the 18-yard line.
You're right on that, Bob. They have the flag up at the 18.
Yeah, and the face mask, which you correctly called, Steve, was down at the 6-yard line. I didn't see any flag on it. I think they're going to call Kelleher for offensive interference anyway.
Folks, you be the judge right now.
Well, this is going to be a good decision by Augustana if the penalty is against Union, because they'd have had the ball at the 6-yard line. Instead, they're going to penalize them, take the ball back to the Union 38-yard line, where it's going to be
offensive pass interference. Offense, it's a loss of down foul, 4th down.
And that's something you don't see very often. You've got 2 back-to-back loss of down fouls. College football offensive interference is loss of the down. Good call by Augustana.
Receive for Augustana, number 10, Stagg Allison.
Allison and Velasquez are back deep. The punt by McKelvey gets a Union bounce. And is stopped by the Union player at the 30 accidentally, Bob Wittegna.
Twice we've seen McKelvey punt and get knocked down, but it's after he has gone back on the ground, so he's no longer a punter, and each time the man who has knocked him down has been blocked partially into him, so that's never roughing the punter in that situation.
We have 8:23 to go in the first half of play. It's 10-7 Union leads, and we'll be right back after this.
On their own 31-yard line.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom known as Black Hawk Dotson. It was a paradise full of assorted colors, tropic tan, orange mist, thunder black. It was a paradise of convenience. King cabs with rear jump seats, dazzling spoke wheels, and gloss black light bars. Paradise is the new Black Hawk Dotson with 25 four-wheel drive trucks at big discounts up to $2,000. See Sunday's paper for details. Hurry to Black Hawk Dotson before the trucks are once upon a time.
It's a fall cleaning sale going on now at LaSalle Electronics.
We cleaned out our warehouse and found a limited supply of Kenwood Techniques and Becker systems for just $399. There's more. Come into LaSalle Electronics and buy this sound system, and we'll give you this cassette deck from Sharp absolutely free. Hurry in, there's a limited supply. That's a Kenwood Techniques and Becker system for just $399, and you take this cassette deck home free. All from LaSalle Electronics.
Today on NCAA football, number 3 ranked Sugar Bowl bound Auburn battles traditional rival Alabama. A victory for the explosive Tigers will give them the undisputed SEC title. Auburn, Alabama, today.
Steve Brad and Bob Lee with you here from the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl, the championship game of Division III football for the NCAA. White uniformed Union College, the Dutchman on top of Augustana's Vikings 10-7. We're very happy you're with us today on a big day of football on ABC. Auburn and Alabama will follow our game. First and 10 from the 30 for Augustana, and they stay on the drive. Barnes make that run, Nelson. Nelson and Barnes bringing the plays. Nelson's the 5'10", 195-pound junior. These guys, as you can see, really punish the defense with their grind-em-up attack. They love nothing more. To them, ideally, 20 plays in 10 minutes would be the ideal drive. Again, Allison goes, and he's got the first down, apparently.
That's that little quick hitter just off the option move. Giving it to him the first back through.
Next Saturday, Wide World of Sports will have the World Cup Boxing Championships and the World Ski Flying Championships, and then surfing from Hawaii. That's next Saturday, 5 Eastern and 4 Central here on ABC. It was first and 10. Now more running yardage picked up from Augustana. Nelson, number 22, was stopped by Pat Wright.
Bob Reed wanted to get in a situation where he could take advantage of the weight advantage that he has, the size advantage of the offensive line, grind it out, as you mentioned. Augustana didn't lead the country in rushing for nothing this year, 341 yards a game. And they're in a situation now where they're just down 3 points. It's their type of ball game again. There are the rushing yards, 73 for Union, 66 for Augustana at this point.
Union got 23 of those yards on Capozzi's big run. 2nd and 6. pitch out. Allison. Good blocking in front of him, and he looks like he has the first down before he's out of bounds. Barnes gets some good blocking. Bertagna knocked him out of bounds. And the interior line for Augustana is really starting to crank up that size advantage. Kurt Kopitsky, Tim Holmstrom, Greg King, Dave Labus, and Steve Sanders.
Just a straight toss, like the old student body sweep that the Packers used to run. Both backs. Now they've got the quarterback. Penny makes a nice block. Takes Pat Wright out of the play. Don't see too many blocking quarterbacks anymore, Steve.
On first down, it's a pitch out. On the option, 29 Velasquez gets across the 40 to the 37-yard line. Alex Rita, the freshman from Endicott, New York, makes the tackle for Union. Monday Night Football is coming up this Monday night, as always, in Minnesota and Detroit. Bob Lee's old alma mater, the Vikings, will take on the Lions in a big Central Division battle. They both are 7-6, and they're tied for first place in the NFC Central. Vikings and Lions, Monday Night Football, 9 Eastern, 8 Central here on ABC.
Of course, the Lions always tough in Pontiac Stadium, where you cannot hear yourself think.
Wait a minute. Minnesota always seems to find a way to beat them.
Well, let's hope the trend stays with us. No offense to Monty Clark and the Lions.
There's the measurement. Looks like they're short.
Second and a very short yard.
This is for the championship. Augustana. They were at this game last year when it was played at Phoenix City, Alabama. They lost 14-0. This year they're more poised and more confident. They're undefeated. Allison has the first down and plenty more as he's down to about the 33-yard line. Glenn Huntner, a free safety in on the tackle. 6 minutes to go in the first half of play.
Now we'll start to notice those offensive statistics are evening up, Steve. 8 first downs apiece. Augustana's gone ahead in the rushing yards now.
Oh, this is the way Augustana likes it. Although Allison leaped across the line of scrimmage right into the arms of Pat Wright, the 200-pound sophomore from Lockport.
It's that quick hitter again off the fake option. Allison, being the first back through, gets it, does a nice job of evading the first tackler, but then the gang tackling pursuit of Union takes over.
Union on defense leads 10-7, 5:14 to go in the first half. There is what Allison did against Wisconsin lacrosse in last week's game. 21-15 win for Augustana. Second and 8, Allison drives up the middle. They're pile driving it. Tim Plunges gets it. This afternoon against Union, Allison 11 carries, 47 yards. He's been averaging about 5.8 a carry.
The most interesting statistic to me is Jay Penny being 4 for 4 with 55 yards from the touchdown pass this early in the ballgame.
Today, Allison's averaging a little over 4 yards a carry. 3rd and 6. Tried a quick pop. Penny kept the ball and is short of a first down. An interesting play as Noah catches him. He was looking across. The receivers were darting across the line.
It's a good thing that Bill Nowak did catch him because there's a lot of open space out there.
10-7, Union leads in the 11th Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl. The only other team from upstate New York that has been in this bowl is Ithaca College, but these young men from Union are very proud to represent their area today.
Augustana will go for it on 4th and 2 because it is out of McKay's field goal range.
4th and a very long one, a short 2, however you want to look at it. It is Allison after a fake to Barnes, and they're going to be stopped. Union piled him up. Tim Howell is the first man. Pat Wright, both those linebackers that kind of stack up on the defense, made the tackles for Union.
But again, Union appeared to be prepared for what Augustana was going to do. Just a question of physically, can they stop it?
So with the score 10-7, Union leading Augustana, there's a timeout on the field, and we'll return to the Stagg Bowl right after this.
I'm about to show you how you can fight drafts and frosty windows with this window insulator kit from 3M. You just stick it in place from the inside, heat it with a hairdryer, and the wrinkles disappear. Airtight and clear as glass. Now you can see how cold it is out there without feeling it in here. Look for the 3M window insulator kit in the tartan plaid package. There's just one rule for doing it yourself. Don't do it yourself without 3M.
Holiday shoppers are driving 50 miles to Fred Schubach in Galesburg for their Christmas shopping this year. Our famous brand name clothing makes the perfect Christmas gift for that someone special. Our selection of men's and women's fashions is sure to fill the wishes of everyone on your Christmas list. Famous brands, large selection, and affordable prices. That's why Fred Schubach is worth the drive for your Christmas shopping. Fred Schubach, fine clothing for men and women in Galesburg.
Olympic hopefuls are hungry for world titles. And imagine hurling yourself off a mountain higher than a 35-story building, plus wild surfing action on ABC's Wide World of Sports next Saturday.
Bob Reed has 43 wins and 8 losses in his 5 years at Augustana. And along with coaching football, he's a real family man. 11 children. He's got the best of both worlds there as number 28 for Union, George Capozzi, is stopped by Pete Cassett. Coaching Division III, he has some time for his family.
Union with a big win over Hofstra, 51-19. As we mentioned at the top of the show, Hofstra held to minus 31 yards rushing. Then last week, a 23-21 win over Salisbury State.
2nd and 9 after a 1-yard pickup. Capozzi, 3 carries, 36 yards. Frank Kraft switches sides and his tight end will be Stewart. Big pressure. He hears footsteps, directs traffic, and the ball is deflected out of bounds by Mark Long and by Pat Fortune. Kelleher was the intended receiver. Stewart was really pressured that time.
Very definitely, and I think you're going to see more and more of that with Cassett coming in as much as he can. We've got a penalty against Union also, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Augustana take advantage of the field position and move them back. Offensive interference.
Well, with good secondary coverage, the receivers for Union weren't able to get open. Fortune was really chasing after Stewart. James Knight will mark it off. Then we'll hear from him officially what the infraction was.
Offensive interference. A block downfield on the offense during a pass that crossed the line. Loss of down 3.
This is the 3rd straight penalty where Union has lost a down as well as yardage. 3rd and 21, back at the 13-yard line. 2:56 to go in the first half. Union a 10-7 lead. Capozzi spins off one tackle but can't spin off the second tackle as Pete Cassett, one of the fastest players on Augustana's defense and on the team for that matter, makes the tackle. Taking another look at it, watch 48, doesn't get faked out, comes shooting in under there and holds on to that ankle of Capozzi. He won't let him slip through even in these kind of conditions. McKelvey, 2 punts today, averaging 34.5 yards.
Allison and number 29, George Velasquez.
Velasquez and Allison are the deep men, and they'll receive this punt inside Union territory even though they let it bounce, and it's down at the 45-yard line. Augustana will have 2:12 to work with in this half. They trail 10-7, and will return to Galbraith Stadium right after this.
In all the cities and all the towns on both sides of the river, in the entire Quad Cities area, there is just one outstanding trust department. That trust department is nearly as large as all the others put together. one of the largest in Illinois, with a national reputation for excellence. Which bank has that trust department? Moline National. Of course.
'Twas a short time to Christmas, and all through the town, the Lee elves were scurrying, stocking shelves up and down. Nogs and ales and bitters and schnapps, Lee's has the answer to all Christmas stops. Merry Christmas, Quad Cities, from the gals, from the guys. For the choosy gift picker, it's a trip to Lee's Liquors.
Here at Galbraith Stadium, the site of the 11th annual Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl for the Division III championship game. Union College in the white uniforms leading dark uniformed Augustana 10-7. Steve Grad and Bob Lee with you. Bob is working his way to the sidelines where he'll be talking to the coaches at halftime. It is 1st and 10 after the punt. Augustana trails by 3. Big pressure, and Union College gets themselves a sack. Tom plunges his 8th sack of the season. So plunges the 6'4", 245 senior, 3-year letterman from Amherst, Massachusetts, was not to be denied his sack of Jay Penny. Shoots through the blockers, shoots through the backfield men, and wraps him up. 2nd and 15 on a 5-yard loss. Fake draw, waiting for a screen to open up. Barnes drops the ball. Penny is now 4 of 5 for 55 yards, but Barnes might have been able to hang on to that. Cobb hadn't caught any this year, actually. And that's not unusual. He is alternated at fullback, and Augustana does not pass that often. 1:34 to go in the first half of play. Union College got a good kickoff return to start the game. They ran it inside Augustana territory, wound up with a field goal by Sticker. Then, after a fumble recovery, they were able to march it in for a touchdown. Augustana's come back in the second quarter. Augustana 2 out of 7 on third down conversions. Penny, lots of time, going deep. Allison, was he inbounds? No. Penny's pass was out of bounds when Allison caught it. Another look. Lots of time for Penny. And watch his feet. They were clearly out of bounds, and there was no argument from the Vikings. Bob Reed. 5th year at Augustana. What a winning percentage he has. He keeps his cool, even though it is cold here. They didn't try to get all their points back in one fell swoop. They continue to grind it out what they do best. The punt by Lake is going to stop at about the 16-yard line of Union College, and Union will have it with 1:15 to go in the first half of play. That was a 34-yard punt. A lot of loyal rooters have made their way here to Kings Island, Ohio, north of Cincinnati, from both the Quad Cities of Illinois and the Tri-City areas of New York, Schenectady, Troy, and Albany. Happily, we've had no precipitation today, but it is a raw afternoon, as you'd expect here in early December. Union takes over. They have a 3-point lead. No mistakes. They don't want that now. On the draw play, the second man through.
John Johnson carries on.
John Johnson, number 5, 5'8", 185, junior from Baltimore. Rashid made the tackle for Augustana. And you can see it has been a long dry spell for Union College before last year's 8-1 record, before they've had the winning record. In fact, in 97 years of football, they've only had 30 winning seasons. But under Al Bagnoli, they're getting spoiled. 2 8-1 seasons, and now they are 10-1 coming into the championship game. Cheerleaders braving the elements here for both sides. forget at halftime, Bob Lee is down on the sidelines and he'll be talking with the two coaches. There's Al Bagnoli, who used to be an assistant coach here on the defense for Union College. Union is 9th in the nation in scoring offense, just under 31 a game. And they've outscored their opponents 353 to 123, similar to the way Augustana has been handling their opponents. 2nd and 6 for Union's Dutchman. Number 34, Steve Olson, the fullback, grinds it out to the 25-yard line. Mark Long of Glendale Heights, Illinois. Willowbrook High School makes the tackle for Augustana. Florida has now gone on top of Florida State 10-6. In the Division II semifinal game, in a lot of rain, Central State is leading North Alabama 7-0. The other semifinal games out in California, Cal Davis, as we have a timeout, is hosting North Dakota State out there. And that game is not yet underway. And later on this afternoon on ABC, you'll see Auburn and Alabama.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we would like to remind you that the concession stands are located at all four corners.
You know, Augustana's team that is taking on this Union team is bigger, and it's more experienced. They have 5 offensive and 4 defensive regulars from last year's Division III runner-up team back this season, taking on these youngsters from Union College. And of course, Union College has most of their players back from last year's 8-1 team, but this year has gone all the way to the championship game. And the reason Union has made such drastic improvements is, according to their coaching staff, they've had 4 straight excellent recruiting years. They have 3rd and 2 after the timeout with 1:04 to go in the first half. Fumble. Pile up. The Augustana players signal they have it. Let's wait for the officials. Stewart just mishandled his snap. Augustana's ball. Big break for the Vikings. Let's see who comes up with it from the bottom of the pile. 94, John Bradford. Watch the snap. Stewart pulled away a little bit quickly from Devlin's snap. And with 56 seconds to go, Bradford was able to get the ball. In very excellent field position at the 24-yard line of Union College. That's Union's first turnover. Penny had faked it, but everybody came. Bill Noack from the secondary. Number 41 was the first man through. The junior from Tribes Hill, New York, is ecstatic about probably taking him out of field goal range. They've only tried 3 this year and have made only 1 out of 3. 41 from the outside. There was pressure from the inside, and he did not. Penny did not know that Bill Noack was coming. Cassip way out to the right side. Everybody else is tight in that wing. Then he throws back across the field to Allison. Some good blocking, but the man fights off his block. Brian Cox, 99.
Allison, the ball carrier.
Did a good job in the open field of fighting off his block. And with a timeout called, making the tackle. Augustana calls the timeout with 16 seconds to go to stop the clock. Watching the first game of our doubleheader. The second game, number 3 Auburn will take on Alabama. One of the great traditional rivalries in the Southeastern Conference, 3rd-ranked, Sugar Bowl bound. Auburn, by the way, will take on Michigan in the Sugar Bowl on January 2nd, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ABC. And today, Auburn going for the undisputed SEC championship. Auburn last won that title in 1957. So they'll take on the Crimson Tide right after our game this afternoon at 3:30 Eastern and 2:30 Central Time right here on ABC. Jay Penny talking to Bob Reed. He played at J.D. Darnell High School, and he, a place that Reed had coached. You know, prior to the season, Penny had started as a wide receiver. But he did play 5 games at quarterback before this year, and the Vikings had won all of those games. 3rd and 15. Ball at the 29. Quick drop back. They want it all. They want it all, and it's overthrown. They were going for Norm Singbush, the tight end. Pretty good coverage, too, by Alex Rita, the freshman. Singbush with a good height advantage of 6'1" over Alex Rita's 5'9". Only 11 seconds remain. Time for one more crack at it for Augustana. I don't think if they make the first down, they'll have time to regroup and set up to try the touchdown. Penny 5 out of 8 for 60 yards today in the passing department. 1 was dropped. Keep. Throw to Singbush, picked off. Now they've got to stop Union as Bob Bertegna is hauled down at the 16-yard line with 4 seconds to go. They tried to go to Singbush, their big tight end, who is noted for good hands and catching in traffic. Velasquez made the tackle, stopping a long run back by Bertegna. 4 seconds to go in the first half. 10-7. Union leads Augustana. And Union will be going against the wind, which has kicked up a little bit now from the north. From the right of your screen, there's the man who made the interception, Bertegna. And they're just going to sit on it. They don't want any problems. That was Bertegna's 6th interception of the year, by the way, as the first half ends.
We've got you, yes.
It is 10-7. Union leading Augustana here at the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl at Galbraith Stadium in Kings Island, Ohio. We had a very, very interesting first half of play with Union jumping to a 10-0 lead and holding off Augustana, which did get on the scoreboard. As I mentioned, Bob Lee is down on the field, and let's go down to him with Union coach Al Bagnoli.
Al, I have to compliment you. Excellent prepared team. You seem like every time Augustana tries to do something, you've got people in the right positions to do something. A great example was that strong safety blitz you just used here with Nowak after the turnover.
Right. We thought they were going to come with that misdirection. They scored the touchdown on, and we were fortunate enough to be in a blitz, and we caught him, and we made a big play defensively when we had to.
You've got the younger coaching staff, the younger team. You would think that your guys would be a little more uptight coming in here, but you came in strong, got out to a 10-0 lead. And as we saw it in the booth, we felt the biggest play of the first half was 2nd and inches on the 3.5-yard line going in when you got the holding call on a play action instead of running the ball.
Well, we treated that as a waste down. We thought on 2nd and very, very short that we were going to be able to maybe sneak one in. We didn't anticipate anybody holding, and we certainly don't think, when you call a play, all the offsides and the holding, if it happens, you're going to be in trouble.
Right, exactly. Now, what kind of adjustments here in the second half? Looks like we're going to have clear weather for the second half. Rain was predicted. What do you think you have to do to maintain the lead?
Well, I think we got to continue playing good defense and try not to let them put the ball down our throats and march the ball down. And I think offensively, we got to continue to be multiple, and I think we're even going to have to throw the ball a little bit more than we have.
Great. Okay, thank you, Coach, and excellent first half job. Good luck. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Bob. It's 10-7. Union leading Augustana here at the 11th annual Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl. And we'll be back with today's halftime activities after this message about an upcoming show on ABC and a word from our local stations.
Something you choose for yourself. Something you choose for someone else. Holland Jewelers. You can't make a mistake if it comes from Holland Jewelers, because the name Holland is really all you need to know. Holland Jewelers. All you need to know.
Sunday.
It's going to be San Rio or San Quentin.
Are you insane? A trip to the tropics lands the judge in jail.
Gotta break you out of here. No.
Hardcastle and McCormick. Then.
How many times our mill closed down?
It's the end of the American dream.
We are in real trouble.
But you can't lose.
I'm going on lousy welfare.
If you keep on fighting.
We got 8 hours.
Peter Strauss.
Let's tear it up.
Heart of Steel.
Tomorrow, all starting at 8, 7 Central.
This Christmas, pile the whole family into the car and head east on 92 to Weber's Christmas Forest. At Weber's, everyone gets into the act. Mom, Dad, Grandma and Grandpa, the kids, yes, even Rover. Roam 200 acres of beautiful pines. Select and cut the tree just perfect for your home. We'll clean, bale, and help you load it. Or choose from our excellent selection of fresh pre-cut trees. Make Christmas Forest a family tradition, one you'll laugh about today and cherish tomorrow. Weber's Christmas Forest, Route 92, north of Geneseo.
Here are a few words about Levi's jeans and corns!
Levi's.
Now, just $13.99 at Byerly's in Moline. Open every day through Christmas.
We're on your side.
Welcome back to Galbraith Stadium, the site of the 11th annual Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl. The Union Dutchmen lead the Augustana Vikings 10-7. Steve Grad and Bob Lee with you here. And on this cold, raw day for the Division III championship game, we had an unusual start to the game, Bob, with Union College getting good field position. They were very confident. They moved the ball up and down the field.
Yes, we talked to Al Bagnoli at halftime. They're very, very well prepared. They come out right away. Stewart hit his first 5 passes. Here's the big throw.
That's to Kraft.
To Kraft, his 8th touchdown reception of the year. Put him up 10-0, 45-yard touchdown. And I think caught Augustana a little unaware of what was really happening, and they didn't really seem to be in the ball game at that point. And of course, Augustana came back very strong, got to their ball control type offense. Then all of a sudden, Jay Penny started throwing the ball a little bit, hit his first 4, including a touchdown, and they were right back in the ball game.
With the score 10-0 in favor of Union College, and as Bob just mentioned, it was the passing that got him going. It was the passing that got him on the board for 10-yard touchdown pass here.
Now here we see the play action fake, comes out. Nick Cassup makes a nice catch. He's behind Battaglia for the touchdown, and they're back in the ball game. We had a couple of miscues after that. Could have been a couple more scores. It's 10-7 now. I think the ball game's far from being over, and it's anybody's game at this point.
Absolutely, and interestingly, though, Union did, on the first 2 or 3 series, stop Augustana's powerful rushing game, but to Augustana's credit, they didn't panic. They didn't go a little wild. They kept with their game plan and then surprised Union with those key passes.
As Bob Reed said yesterday, we're not going to set up and throw the ball. We have to throw the ball off our play action because we've been so effective running the football, as we've mentioned several times, 340 yards plus a game. #1 rushing team in the country, #2 in scoring, #3 in overall total offense. So they're not going to panic. They've been here before. They have 9 starters who started in this ball game a year ago against a very good West Georgia team. So they've been here before. A real good effort. They have a bigger team. If the field stays dry, they're going to have a big advantage in some ways because they are stronger.
Well, I'll tell you, it is a little bit cold here. There have been some drops this afternoon, but at least it's not raining. And we'll be back with more halftime activities from the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl right after this.
Something you choose for yourself. Something you choose for someone else. Holland Jewelers. You can't make a mistake if it comes from Holland Jewelers, because the name Holland is really all you need to know. Holland Jewelers. All you need to know.
Imagine you're an American hungry for a world title in the last major international boxing event before the Olympics. Imagine you want gold at any cost. Imagine hurling yourself off a mountain higher than a 35-story building and surviving. Imagine being swallowed by an angry ocean just for the fun of it. Imagine doing all this all in one day on ABC's Wide World of Sports next Saturday. And let your imagination run wild.
Augustana College, located in Rock Island, Illinois, is a liberal arts college of more than 2,100 students and 130 faculty members. Founded in 1860, Augustana emphasizes academic excellence and personal contact between students and professors, and a commitment to the liberal arts as a sound preparation for graduate and professional schools. Augustana also is widely recognized for outstanding student achievement in a broad range of co-curricular activities.
The Dutchman of Union College leading the Vikings of Augustana 10-7 for this Division III championship game. And we expect a lot of exciting things to happen in the second half of this contest here from Galbraith Stadium in Kings Island, Ohio, just 30 miles north of Cincinnati. And again, a good contingent from both schools have made their way here to Ohio to watch this Division III championship game. And as you said, Bob, a division where college football was meant to be. No scholarships, they play for the fun of it.
Very definite. Student athletes, 95% of the students at Augustana go on to graduate school. Many of them are in law school. And the way college football should be played, and these fans also having a great opportunity to visit the College Football Hall of Fame here.
You better believe it, and that's interesting. Hey, there's a lot of bowl action coming up this month and the beginning of January. Right now, let's take a look at all the bowl games that are coming up at the end of the year. The Orange Bowl in Miami on January 2nd features the #1 team, Nebraska, 11-0, against Miami at 10-1. Nebraska led by the passing combination of Turner Gill to Irving Fryer. Also on the ground, they are led by the rushing of Mike Rozier, who is undoubtedly the leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy. Miami was the host team for the Orange Bowl 50 years ago, and with their 10-1 record this year, they're back again. The Sugar Bowl in New Orleans on ABC at 8 Eastern will feature Michigan of the Big Ten against Southeastern Conference champion Auburn. Auburn is third in the nation in rushing, and they are led by the running attack of Bo Jackson and Lionel James. Michigan has never played in the Sugar Bowl game, and they're pumped up for this encounter with Auburn. The Fiesta Bowl at Tempe, Arizona, also on January 2nd, features Big Ten powerhouse Ohio State against Pittsburgh. The University of Pittsburgh has played in this game before, and Ohio State has too. Ohio State with a powerful rushing attack. The Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Texas and Georgia. Georgia 9-1-1, Texas undefeated. Texas in the Cotton Bowl overall is 10-6-1 in their history. While Georgia has a powerful defense led by Terry Hogue. The Sun Bowl has an really good matchup this year with Alabama against Southern Methodist. Southern Methodist at 10-1, one of the great teams from the Southwest Conference. And Alabama in a bowl game in their first year under Ray Perkins. The Rose Bowl in Pasadena. The traditional bowl with Illinois of the Big Ten against UCLA of the Pac-10. UCLA has come on strong after a slow start to make it to the Rose Bowl. And Jack Trudeau's passing for Illinois has led the Illini to a 10-1 record. The Gator Bowl, which you'll see on ABC December 30th, features Big Ten powerhouse Iowa against the Florida Gators. Wayne Peace, the star quarterback, will lead Florida. And Chuck Long, the all-time leading passer at Iowa, will lead the Hawkeyes. The Aloha Bowl in Honolulu, Hawaii, will feature Penn State against Washington. Washington has been in bowl games 6 of the last 7 years. While DJ Dozier leads a very, very strong Penn State team. In the Liberty Bowl, a real grudge matchup between Boston College and Notre Dame. PC is led by Doug Flutie, their outstanding quarterback, as the Eagles have gone on to one of their finest seasons in their history. Notre Dame, in their 10th bowl appearance, Alan Pickett, he's the key for the Notre Dame offense. In the Holiday Bowl at San Diego, Brigham Young, which has played in every Holiday Bowl since 1978, will host Big 8 powerhouse Missouri. Steve Young holds 13 Brigham Young passing records. Marlon Adler was a walk-on, but now he's the starter for the Missouri offense. The Hall of Fame Bowl at Birmingham, Alabama, features West Virginia against an improved Kentucky team. Jeff Hostetler, the quarterback for the Mountaineers, has thrown for 14 touchdowns. Florida Citrus Bowl, this year in Orlando, Florida, has Maryland against Tennessee. Alan Cockrell, the great quarterback for Tennessee, as they've exploded this year. And talk about explosions, Boomer Esiason for Maryland has brought the Maryland fans to their feet so often this season. In the Peach Bowl in Atlanta on December 30th, Florida State goes against North Carolina. You're going to see a great ground attack in this game. Greg Allen for Florida State. And for North Carolina, 3 times. North Carolina has had 2 runners rush for 1,000 yards in one season. The Bluebonnet Bowl at Houston in the Astrodome on New Year's Eve features Oklahoma State of the Big 8 against Baylor of the Southwest Conference. Ernest Anderson leads the powerful Cowboy attack on the ground. At the Independence Bowl in Shreveport, it'll be the Air Force Academy against Mississippi, a team which has won 5 straight. The Falcons are led by quarterback Marty Louthan. There is your bowl preview for this season.
I'm about to show you how you can fight drafts and frosty windows with this window insulator kit from 3M. You just stick it in place from the inside, heat it with a hairdryer, and the wrinkles disappear. Airtight and clear as glass. Now you can see how cold it is out there without feeling it in here. Look for the 3M window insulator kit in the tartan plaid package. There's just one rule for doing it yourself. Don't do it yourself without 3M.
From its founding nearly 200 years ago, Union College has been committed to a broad liberal education. Although small, our 2,000 students can fit in one photograph. Union offers programs from the humanities to science and engineering. We believe the humanist must understand technology, and the scientist must be able to deal with social issues. From the library to the laboratory, Union's faculty and students work closely together. Their goal is a habit of intellectual growth that will continue long after commencement.
Welcome back to the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl for the Division III championship of the NCAA. The